Merry
Okay.
Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah. Uh,
Likewise to you, family, and all the people in your station. Uh, I'm not saying anything new that nobody knows. Okay, regarding by the way, I feel your pain, Mr. Jelinski, about the Secure Act. And since you touched the pot, I'll talk about it too, if you don't mind. To me, it all comes to the people who represent us on a federal level, on a state level. The Pelosi's, the Schumers, the AOC, and then on the other side too, the only time they do something when they benefit or it hurts them. So if you want, believe me, I'm 100% behind you, with you about the Secure Act. I think you hit it on the head. The only way to make something that will be good for everybody here, if those people that I just mentioned and many more, it would hurt them or would benefit them. Otherwise, they don't do anything. Okay, if you're a big lobbyist, you give them a lot of money, you do something that benefits them, they gonna change the world. So you'll be happy.
but
Otherwise,
Dan, here's the solution, and I have friends in politics. The solution is a couple. Where does the word politics come from in the Latin? What does it mean in the Latin? Do you know, Ernesto? Do you know, Dan?
no.
Many, the word for poly, and then ticks, blood sucking animals. But the big problem is that good people don't run. AOC was a bartender who ran. So we give her a hard time. God bless her. She's trying to, I don't agree with her politically, but rather than complaining, we have to run. What most people who are good, hardworking people, they wonder, well, why does this person win? Well, it's because they run. People who are sensible don't run. So when you see a candidate that advocates the values and beliefs that you have, give money to them. Because even if they lose, I don't know if you know this, Howard Dean, you might say, well, why is our country going astray? And you want to complain about it. I would posit Howard Dean is more responsible for the socialization of America, and America could be turning socialist more than he had a thing called the 50-state strategy. And what that was that for years, the Democratic Party was only focusing on the blue states and the purple states. And that the only way for the Democratic Party to win was to focus on all 50 states, because what would happen is you would distract the conservative money. So the money that was for Republicans would fund Republican candidates to preserve their seat. For example, if Republicans didn't have to spend money on Lindsey Graham's Senate seat, they could have focused on winning more purpley states. So Howard Dean is the architect. So one way to win is to run, even in districts like Kim Classic. She lost by 40%, but she forced Kweisi Mfume to get $1 million from the Democratic Congressional Committee in normally what was a safe district. So the key, if you want to change society for the better, is to run. Because Republicans and Democrats for both years, for many years, have not really helped the people. Like if you take New Jersey, for example, I know New Jersey politics. You could change, I could change New Jersey in three easy laws: a 5% flat income tax, the repeal of Mount Laurel, the repeal of Abbott. That has nothing to do with Democrat or Republican, and you would transform the state, and you would make no one want to leave New Jersey. The people who are leaving New Jersey to Florida are leaving because of the tax burden. And not even so much property taxes, I say income tax. Because you have a successful business owner, they're making $1 million a year. They're paying 120 grand a year to the state, not to the employees, mind you. You know, if there was a bill that says, okay, instead of paying money to the state, you got to hire people. Man, every small business owner would want to do that. If you got a tax credit. So those are all what I would call broad tent solutions that any political persuasion. So we're just not even having smart business people run, largely because they don't get paid enough. You couldn't pay me enough to be a congressman, and it's just not what I want to do, to take a pay cut, to be demonized by half the population. But the point is, it's, you got to run, Dan. So Dan, if you run for Congress, call us and, maybe we'll run a fundraiser for you. So, but too many people are complaining. Here's the other thing. Everybody's going around, woe is me. The world is changing. Here's the thing. Socialism only works in American universities. And for so long, it doesn't work in real life. The principles of socialism will ravage society. So if we keep speaking truth to your kids, to your grandkids, to your nieces and nephews, socialists have boot camps on what to say to your crazy uncle who's a Trump supporter or a Republican. They're actually training people because they don't want your kids to be influenced by truth. But truth always wins. Light is always greater than darkness. You need just a little bit of light to flood the room. So rather than being depressed that the world isn't going your way, do what they did. What did the socialists do in the 1920s? Think about this. This has been a 100-year plan to take over America. What have they done? They retreated and they went and they, like Socrates, they infected the minds of the youth. They went to colleges and they desensitized people to what family meant, to what faith meant. Why? Because the government can't be strong when families are strong, when the church is strong. So one of the next things they're going to do is go after the tax-exempt status of churches. Just watch. And you might say, well, this isn't my America. I'm sad. I'm going to be depressed. It's exactly what they want you to do. You should fight every day for truth, justice, and the American way, just like we do. Support businesses. If you don't like liberal businesses, support ours. We are believers in principles. Too many of you will mope, and then you bank at places where they give to liberal causes. You give your financial advisors a quasi-socialist, and you wonder why your portfolio is not working out. Because in reality, principles of liberty work. Principles of freedom work. I don't care what political persuasion you are. Everybody, all those, California liberals, where are they moving? To zero income tax Texas. They're moving to Florida. They'll probably screw up Texas. So you know what that means? New Jersey, everybody's moving to Florida. You know what that means? There's less people to influence things in New Jersey. That means there's more of you. I don't know if you noticed, but in the New York congressional races, a bunch of New York races went for people who are more liberty-minded. Why? Because people, the liberals aren't dumb. They're moving to Florida. They're paying no state income tax. So let's not complain. Let's work and make the country better. So give us a call, 800-321-0710, 800-321-0710. If you have a question or comment, we'll be back after these messages.